So what is the Collab Center? So the Collab Center, which is short for Collaboration Center, is how we collaborate with our clients. That's how we connect with our clients. We can send both listings for homes that are available. We can also do the seller side as well. So we can add information into the Collab Center about their own listing. However, it must be your listing. So if it's something they're thinking about listing, it's not going to work like that. It's to help your sellers understand what's going on in the market regarding their listing they have listed with you. So we will do that at the very end of the class. That is the one thing I did not look at to see who had a listing. Oh, so if somebody does have a listing in class, let me know, and then we could use your listing too. So let me get my questions panel out. So I am doing this all by myself, which is quite all right. So it just means that the questions might take just a second to answer. Let's see if I have any polls for you guys. Okay, so we're going to start off by launching our first poll. So have you guys actually started using the Collab Center? All right, you got more than half have voted and more than half of you are using it. 88% have voted. Excellent. We're just going to close that. We'll do nice and quick on that. So good. That's very good. So I do have one more question for you then. This goes just a little deeper. Have you customized your Collab Center? So it will help me know that do we need to go into the customizations? I generally do like to pop in there. However, if everybody has pretty much done it, then I glance over it rather quickly. The majority of people have not customized the Collab Center. There's just a few things in there I want to call your attention to, and that's about it. The big thing in there is making sure that your agent notifications are the way that you want them set up. I was just talking with one of my instructors yesterday, Chris Nixon, and well, I don't think he really cares for the agent notifications. He wants to know exactly what his client is getting. So we changed up his notifications on his Collab Center to see exactly what his client is getting. And then you could also do your own agent report, but maybe on occasions, not as much. Okay, so today we are going to go through a little bit of searching. We are going to get your client added into the contacts, get them turned on, get them a search, get them turned on to the Collab Center. Then we'll also go over how to edit those searches. We will go into seeing what they like and don't like. And we'll also take a peek at your client's Collab Center as well, meaning mine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close down my camera so you guys can just see what's going on the Paragon. All right, camera's off, microphone is on, we're good to go. If you guys do have any questions, please feel free to throw them out there. I will take a peek at those in a little bit. Don't forget to download your handouts. I also have those handouts and all of our handouts loaded up in the top right corner of Paragon. It's a link called MLS Documents. Now, I have access to all of the MLSs that we vendor. You'll see Bay County, Commercial, or no, that's Claire Gladwin, East Central, Greater Shiawassee. These are the ones that we vendor. They're on our platform of Paragon. So I'm just going to straight down to ours. So you'll see over here on the right-hand side is MIRS Education. There is a plain old education folder. That's for all of our members. All of those MLSs that we are vendoring, they don't have all the products that we do. So therefore, ours is going to have a little bit more in there. So I have 89 different files. Go ahead and click into here. And then there's also a search box on the top left. So you can just type in Collab and hit enter. And there are the four. There's also the About Me page, which you'll You might want that a little later, maybe, maybe not. It should be set up for you, but there are some times that we do need that page that's in there. It's a Word doc, so you just download it, copy and paste it where you need to, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So, and of course, you know where our help is. We have it up in the top right. That will reach our tech support department. We also have other items of help in here. We have our class schedule. Our class schedule is here as well. So this will show you all of our classes with links to register. We also have links to the YouTube channel for everyone. So there is the lead generation with My Real Source Tools. If you can't get into the class, then you can just click the YouTube videos, and this will get you to the whole playlist for lead gen. Also, so yesterday we hit our goal. This is fantastic. We hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers, which we are very, very excited, but we're still on a push to keep that YouTube channel growing. So for those of you who subscribe to our YouTube channel today, let me know, and I will be more than happy to mail out some My Real Source swag. If your homepage doesn't have our information right here, simply tap the MLS button at the top of the bar here, and that will get to us, because we do have some members that have the private label MLS, which means they have their own company logo in the upper left, own brokerage's information here. Have tech support links, we have copyright, here's our member benefits brochure that's here, rules and regs, so a lot of quick links here. And then of course I have another class schedule right here, complete with registration links. So I try to keep my class schedule is everywhere that I can. We also email you individual classes now too. All right, so let's get going. We have, I think everybody's here who is going to be here. So to contacts your buyers into automatic notifications, how do you start? We can start right at the contacts icon at the very top. So let's tap into the contacts, and we're going to add a contact. First name. Betty Buyer is my most favorite client. Now, as you see, these are the only two required fields to enter somebody in here, but if you want to get somebody on automatic notifications, you better give them an email. All right, as I tab through, because usually I type and tab my way through these fields, you'll see a green check mark. That just says, yeah, it looks like a valid email, but I also have to select primary. So which is going to be, I might have 3 or 4 different emails in here, and which is going to be the primary one. You can also add a spouse in here. Oh, Bobby Buyer. And I do use first and last name, because you'll see that on their notifications, it looks better that way. It's nice and even. Bobby at. As I tab, see, arrow, and then I tab for the primary. Nope, not primary here, because what do? We just changed it. Betty is still my primary. But I do want to add my spouse to the secondary, to the notifications. So if I do that right from the front end, they're both going to get it. So I also have some more information here in my contacts module. This is HomeBot. It's something that Black Knight, who owns Paragon, has designed. If your contact is a homeowner, or maybe it's for somebody you've already sold a home to, it's a monthly subscription, honestly, to your clients. You have 25 free seats. So you can add up to 25 people in here. After that, they will expect you to pay for those amounts. It's a nice home digest of how much their home is worth and what they could do with that equity. It's very interesting. Of course, there's more information here, website on the top right, telephone information, and that was the HomeBot if you wanted to add them to HomeBot. what type of contact is this? I'm going to say that this is the buyer. Groups are something that I added individually, so yours are going to be blank right here. So if this was just a prospect, I could tap that they were a part of my prospect. And this is how I do mass emailings out of my system. I have to use groups. Reverse prospecting is if I wanted to allow any other agents in the MLS, now you got to be careful on this one to understand it. If my best buddy, Chris Nixon, another one of our trainers, if Chris Nixon has a listing that matches this particular client's criteria and he runs reverse prospecting, he would then reach out to me and say, hey, your contact, and it would only be giving him this name. We're going to go, let's see, Ghost. Don't make me come up with nicknames on the fly. Your buyer, Ghost, meets the listing criteria that I have. Do you think maybe we could get together? Maybe tell your contact about my listing? That's what this is for. It's not going to give out my buyer's contact information, not even their name. The only thing that they're going to get is Ghost. Of course, I could add where their source is from, maybe a website, blah, 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 anything like that that I want to add in here. It's pretty robust. All right, now I need to save this. And now I can simply use the green next button on the right-hand side, and that will get me through all the pieces here on the left. And here is your contact activity in a nutshell, anything that's going on. There are no saved searches. They're not on HomeBot. There's no notes, tasks, documents, CMAs. Of course, this is the Paragon CMA, which we don't use. It's just not that robust. That's why we use Cloud CMA. So let's tap the next in the upper right-hand corner. It'll get me right back to that last page that I had. It just starts right over from the beginning. You'll see contact information on the left. And we've already done this page, so we're good. Let's tap the next. So here's where we want to be. What do I want to send to my client? You have two options here. I can add a new saved search, or I can load an existing saved search. If I already created my search and I just didn't get it to my client, then I could simply click it, and it's going to bring me to all of my saved searches that I had created before. So maybe I will set them up with my lottery search. Maybe they won the lottery and this is what they're looking for. Or maybe that's the search that I'd set up for them. Doesn't matter. And tap save. So now you'll see on the left-hand side, the lottery search has been added to my client's record. Now they haven't received anything yet because you want to set them up the way you want it. If I were to just send the welcome message right now, here's what would go. It's the standardized message, which looks really nice. Your clients would be on automatic notifications, and your agent notifications will be on immediate. So both your client and yourself will get immediate notifications of new listings, changes, price changes, things like that. So, but if I don't want that, I click into the settings. Here's what's going to go to my clients, what's going to trigger an email. Any price changes, new matches, new comments, and I selected status changes too, because I want my clients knowing that their properties are going pending this quickly. Here are my notifications, the timing. My client is going to get immediate notification, and me, the agent, I'm going to get immediate notifications of the things that I selected that I wanted to be notified on. And you'll see that Bobby has also been added automatically into the notifications because I had selected that the spouse be on there too. And there's the subject line, activity notification for your Collaboration Center site. Maybe I'll even do lottery search. So that's one thing that I absolutely love. So I like to identify the subject line, and maybe I'll even shorten that up to the Collab Center, Collab site, and hit OK. Now, still my client has not received anything. I have to send that welcome message. Welcome to your Collaboration Center for buyers. Now you'll notice that it's blank. So let's preview that. In the upper right, just tap preview. And now you'll see this is welcome to Collab Center, Betty Buyer and Bobby Buyer. That's why I used Bobby's full name on that line. Otherwise it would read Betty Buyer and Bobby. You know, there were 11 matches found. There's undecided and agent picks. Most of them, they always come in as an undecided listing. Now your clients can mark them as favorites, possibles. They can also reject them too. Just keeps all their listings nice and clean and organized. You can communicate in this site. However, if I'm communicating in an app, I'm going to communicate through HomeSnap. If you want to favorite a listing and talk about a particular listing, send it to me in HomeSnap. That's the way I really, really like it. They can actually create custom folders. So maybe homes that I like with pools or with fences. They can compare listings in here too. So remember, this is the email that your client is getting to welcome them to the Collab Center. And yes, they do have to create their own password. And look, Betty and Bobby will use the same username and password. So I like that they put that in there too. And of course, there's contact me. Oh, they finally changed out the Google image here in the preview. They're getting on that. They removed, I forget which Google program it was that was there, and that's finally gone. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit send. And again, here's exactly what you just saw. But you'll always want to make sure to double check that you saw that green email sent. That is the most important piece. Sometimes it does not go. Maybe you missed something in there. Maybe I missed my .com and just put com. All right, so now we have our first search in here, the lottery search. Remember, we just selected from the ones that we already did. Now, what happens if I didn't have a search created? So let's create a search for our client. So that will be just add search. Select that. And then we're going to add a new saved search. This is where we were a minute ago. So previously we loaded an existing search. Now let's create a new one. And this will be specific to our client. So we're going to go with residential. Remember, there's vacant land, multifamily, commercial, industrial, business opportunities, and of course, multi-class. The multi-class one will allow you to select listings from all of these. But sometimes I find for my clients, I would much rather do separate searches because the criteria is going to be just a little different. And the dollar value for vacant land or an already built home is going to be very different. So let's go with residential. And you know, I can type and tab my way through here. I know my system well enough. Residential, and I will hit the tab button and then tab again and again to get through status. But until you know what these fields are, you can tap the magnifying glass on the right-hand side and you'll see, oh, okay, condo, farm, or a single family. Okay, got it. Status. Now I could just type A for active and that would have gotten all of these. But if you're new to Paragon and My Real Source, you might want to know what these statuses are. Okay, active, you got that. Back on market, so if something went off the market, there was pended and it went back on market, well, That's what that's for. Keep showing a contingency applies. It might be contingent upon the buyers selling their own home. And of course, accepting backup offers. Now, this was introduced maybe 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Yeah, before the pandemic. So everything's now pandemic timeline related. Accepting backup offers. So it's kind of really more of a pending status, but it's in the active. So accepting backup offers means they already have an offer accepted, but maybe it's a little shaky. They're not sure if it's going to come to fruition. And of course, there's the coming soon. Listings have 7 days that they can be in that coming soon status, and they do not allow showings during that time. Okay, and let's save this. Near there, they're all spelled out now. And you'll see mine are actually spelled out. That's one of the boxes that I have checked in my preferences wizard. Okay. So either A, I can search by a map, or I can put the municipalities in here. And I know we see a lot of people doing municipality, but if you're searching in Detroit, that's a big area. You might want to narrow it down a little bit. So maybe if we're looking for Shelby, well, which Shelby Township do I select? And here's one of those interesting things about these numbers. These first 2 digits are the county indicators. So this, I happen to know that Macomb County is 50. If I am not sure, I can always type in, I want only municipalities that are in Macomb County. So now when I type in municipality, only the ones in Macomb County will show up. That's one of those things. All right. So those are the 2. We'll do a map as well. So let's remove these here. So if I wanted to get into Shelby Townships, let's click into the map. My map comes up where, now for you, it's going to come up at your office. Now my farming area was not my office. I'm here in St. Clair, the beautiful city of St. Clair, and I've asked it to come up to my house. Now, another one, I'm going to tell you again, yes, I changed that in my preferences wizard. So if I want to get to Shelby Township, how do I do that? So let's just move my map over to Shelby. Oh, hello, click in there first. Hit autocorrect, Michigan, and then hit return. Okay, so now this is the middle of Shelby Township. If I had an exact address, I could plug that in and it would get me right onto that. And this is actually how we do a CMA. We plug in the address of the home we are going to use as the subject property. And then we draw our maps from there. All right, so say that this is where my contact's office is. And she wants to be within a couple of miles of the new office. Now, it used to be I could only see like 2 miles or so, but let's go 5 miles out because, you know, listings aren't a whole lot. How do you make a 5-mile radius around this? So here's your radius. Let's go 5 and search radius. Don't hit the search button on the right because that's going to run the search. We just want to search the radius. So there's where our radius is. We can also add more information to the map. We can take away information from this map as well. So maybe she said that, oh, you know, Rochester Hills is just a little too far out. I don't need you over here. Maybe I don't want to go west of, let's see. There's 75 over there. Maybe that's just right here. That's too far west for her. She doesn't want to go that far. How do you do that? Well, you can draw a map on here to remove that area. So to draw a map on this white toolbar, you're going to tap Draw. Now remember, if you have any questions or if you want me to repeat something, let me know. Just throw it in your chat and I certainly will take care of that for you. I like using the polygon. This is the way that I can freehand. So I'm going to tap the polygon. You'll see my cursor now turns to the crosshairs. And so I'm going to say I'm going to map from here. I'm going to tap once. And now that made me starting to draw. I'm going to tap again. So every time I want to turn, I'm going to drag my mouse down. Now this is not a click and drag. You just tap. Then I tap over to the left. And I need to end where I began. So now I've drawn another map on here, but this is going to add listings, and it's not what I want to do. I want to tell my map to forget this section over here. So let's go in and edit this. And the polygon is the one that I just added. And you'll see the word include on both of these. I want to exclude this one, so I'm going to uncheck it. And now check it out. It turns red. Close that off. So it's now red. So there will be, and you'll see there's no listings in this area. So if your client says, yeah, I want to be like within a couple of miles of here, but oh, whoa, not there. Come on, no. This is how you do it. And maybe she doesn't want to be south of Hall Road. Okay, no problem there. You do the same thing. So I'll show you once again on how to draw a map on here. So we'll click draw. And I can do rubber band. I'll show you this one. So, and here's how this one works. I'm going to tap once, and then I'm just going to move my mouse. I can't draw across M59, but you get the idea. So I'm going to tap again. Now I have to go and tell it to omit or to exclude those listings. So the rectangle is the one that I just drew. Uncheck that. And if I wanted to remove them, it's the red X to take it off of it. Okay. So now she's got a good idea of where she wants to live. So let's go back to that criteria. So you'll see there's my criteria on my first page on the blue bar. I'm in the map search and I could run the search now, but we don't have any more criteria than the map that's in there. So let's go back to that criteria. And you see we still have 118 listings in there. Wow, that's plenty. Now on for sale or rent, if I have a minimum price range of 200,000, yeah, I don't need to move out the rentals. Let's see, can we go to 300? She's got 11, okay. But in today's market, let's go up to 350. So we do have multiple addresses in here as well. There's a couple different ways to search. So you can add in the municipality. You can do a map search. You can add in specific addresses. So if I had a couple of different addresses right here, it's usually when I'm doing a CMA, or maybe if my client gave me a couple of addresses, I can plug in those addresses right there to schedule up on showing time. Structure style, what's under here? 1 story, 2 story, 1.5 story, you get it. Condo or a ranch, 2nd floor or above, or on the 1st floor. Remember, these are designed to help people know if there are stairs to get to these. And this might be there is a ranch style condo, ranch on the 1st floor. So your ranch style is going to be a 1 story. And your condo or ranch, 2nd floor or above. So the apartment or condo itself is a 1 story, but it might be on the 2nd floor or above. So, but my client's not really caring about that. structure, style, bedrooms. Let's see what we can get for 3 bedrooms minimum. And I don't need to write or put in a maximum unless, you know, she's adamant. Oh, I don't want any more than 4. Okay, well, you can put it in there. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. Oh, it took out 2. All righty. Now, bathrooms total. This is how many half baths and full baths are in the listing. And it does include all of the bathrooms in the home. So if you wanted to be specific about where those bathrooms were, we can dive a little deeper into that later. So she says, if I put 2 bathrooms here, this could get me 1.5 baths, because there's 2 baths in there, notwithstanding, or 2 full, 2 halves. It is a possibility of getting 1.5. If you want 2 full bathrooms, let me scroll down. There's secondary criteria at the very bottom. You'll see this. So I'm going to tap the down arrow and scroll down. There are bathrooms full and bathrooms half. So if your client is particular that they have to have 2 full bathrooms in the house, then this is where you are going to need to add that. There's also some really nice other search options here. Mail City, there's one. Why would you search by Mail City? Harson's Island and some of the areas like that. It's in Clay Township is the municipality. And I've told people, oh, you know, you can just map it out. I'm like, yeah, you know, but then you bump up to the other islands, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, well then just put in there the island that you want, like Harson's Island has its own Mail City. And then if you're doing a CMA and you need to narrow things down to closer to the year built of yours, that's where you'll do it. If you do not want a site condo, or you do need a site condo, you can add that right here as well. Okay, so now as you see, we are down to 4. So basement, waterfront, fireplace. Now, I would love to say yes for fireplace, but it's just not a mandatory field, so I don't bother with it. You can also search by school district, number of garage, square foot, acreage. I believe I added that one there myself. So I'm going to stick with the 4. I do also want to show you one thing over here to the right-hand side. You have a criteria summary. So you can go over, so you're now down to 4. You're like, oh man, well, what do I need to change to get more listings in here? Do I need to go up in price? Was it my bedrooms, bathrooms? And if I want to change this, I can simply tap the blue edit button, and it's going to highlight it and bring my cursor right there. So let's remove that 4. I'm going to hit tab, and it brought me 2 more listings in there. So that's how you can use these. And you can remove these items as well. Just simply edit or delete right from here, or edit. And it's nice because it'll bring you right to it. It highlights it and then brings your cursor right there. So let's go ahead and search. And remember, we're still in the contacts module, as you'll see where you are up at the very top. Now it's going to give you 2 options. Do you want to save this search or add it to a cart? Adding to the cart is something different. And it will save it to your contact. However, it's not going to add any new listings in there. It's just putting items in your shopping cart. They're not going to change. They're not going to add automatically anything in there. Adding it to a cart is what I would do only if I found one particular property that was maybe outside of their search criteria. You know, hey, this one was maybe just on the south side of Hall Road, but it's a great value, and I think you'll love it. I would save it to their cart, and they would get notifications on that one and only listing as well. So let's save this search. Save search for Betty Buyer. And I like to date mine as well. 14, holy moly, 22, and save. Okay, so now here we are back to this page. Remember, we already had the lottery search there, and now we have our save search for Betty Buyer. Our settings. Now remember, price changes, new matches, comments, and status changes are what's going to trigger notifications from my client. Yours might be a little different. Oh, one thing I do want to show you on here, your notifications automatically go for 1 year, but you'll notice if you do the math on mine, mine's only 6 months. Yeah, I changed mine. It just allows me to get in contact with my clients a little sooner. After 6 months of being on notifications, it'll let me know, hey, your contacts are about to expire. So that's when I reach out. Do we need to change any criteria, anything like that? So I changed that. I know, here we go, in my preferences wizard. That's where I changed it. And I like doing any of my changes through the wizard because it walks me right through all of those fields instead of poking and jumping around and clicking into the same place 5 times like I do. Client notifications go immediately. She is a hot buyer. And you know, for me, my agent notifications, I only like to check them in the morning. So I'm going to set mine up at recurring so I see every morning what's going on. I do need to set a time frame. This is the cool thing about Paragon and the Collab Center. If my client goes to lunch, say at noon every day, and that's when they want to check their new listings, you can set it up to go to them. I would do 11:30, give them a few extra minutes. So at 11:30 every day, they will get all their new notifications. Maybe not so much in a hot market, but that's how you do it. So recurring notifications, these are mine's going to go daily. I can set them to go weekly, but that's kind of crazy. There's reasons for it. And I could do it every day, and maybe I only want weekdays. And I like mine to come in at 7 a.m. every day and tap OK. So, but those are my notifications only. The agent is going to go to Betty and Bobby. Subject, activity notification, and this will be, maybe we'll tap that down to Collab. And this is Shelby Township. That way, if they got a lot of searches going, as I'm sure I'm not their only source of information in today's market, I'd want them to know which ones that's for. Okay. So when I could do activity, I could tap out that whole word there, activity for your Collab Center. Who knows? I could really shorten it up and tap OK. Now, as you'll see, there's no option to send the welcome email. That's because I already sent them one in the lottery search. So this is now automatically in their Collab Center. Now, if your client says that they haven't got it, don't worry. There is a resend invitation here on the blue bar. So I can remove a search, edit a search, resend the invitation. Now I am here on the Betty Buyer. So maybe they didn't want the lottery search. That just was too crazy for them. I can simply remove it from the contact. And ta-da, all she is going to get is her stuff for Betty Buyer. And you can have multiple searches going for one client. Lots of different searches. So you'll see on the Save Search for Betty Buyer, here's our name right here, there are 6 matches. And that's all there is because your client hasn't seen them yet. So I'm going to go ahead and close this tab out here. So Betty Buyer, you'll see now, and she has a blue view button. And what is this for? This is to view her site. Hey, Stephanie, do you have any listings right now? So if so, I will assume your identity and show them the list side of this as well, the sell side. So here's my contact information in the upper right-hand corner. Your client can also upload a photo. I think I'm the only geek that does that. Here's my listings and the updates in the dashboard. So as you'll see, they're all new. And there's only 6 because the other was pulled from there, only vacant land. Okie doke. Save searches, here we are. So this is what your client is going to see. Now, a lot of times they're going to be on their phone. So they'll see the photo. And then all of these will be clustered together. So as they hover over the favorite, they can possibly reject these as well. As my client marks these as favorites, they will now be up here in her listings, or his. Betty or Bobby can both do this. And we'll say maybe, reject. Oh, I like the blue. Maybe, love it. So now as they do this, you'll see they can easily get into their favorites, just like any other thing, Realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow. So now here are the listings that they liked. They also have a couple of different views they can see. The list is what we are in now. They can also do a tile view. Of course, on the 5, it might look a little better, see a little more information. And they can also see the listings on a map. And that's where they are. Now, as I click into the Contact Me page, this is, and it's a little deeper. Not everybody, not all your clients are going to be, searching your site about you, the Contact Me. But I've made sure to add everything possible that I could. When we go through the Collab Center Preferences Wizard, you'll see where these populate. So here's my brokerage and my information. I have my email address, which remember that can only be changed through my real source. Visit my site. So I've put in, I think I have my HomeSnap. Yep, HomeSnap gives each and every one of us has our own site through HomeSnap. You just tap the Me when you're in HomeSnap and go to your public profile, which is the page we are on. I just copied the URL at the very top. Just copy that, put it in your Collab Center preferences. Close that. Now, I also added in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram sites. So this Facebook is my business. I think Instagram also allows you to do a business site as well. So there are 4 opportunities to put in social media here. If you do not put one in there, it will not display, so don't worry about that. It also has an opportunity to put in my story. And what's my story? Well, my story is new agent onboarding. I teach here. Now here's one of the cool areas that I love. It's called My Links. Now it could be simply information on helping your sellers sell. It can be helping your buyers get into all their new utilities. It could also be helping your people find your local watering hole, like War Water Brewery right here in St. Clair. And it could be right down to your mortgage company at your brokerage, your preferred handyman or handy gal, your preferred plumber. It could be anything you want it to be. I don't believe there's any criteria. You just put in a link and then give it a name. That's all you do. I'm going to close this. At the very top, so we're in buyer activity. My home wealth is the one that was home bots. When I was back in my contacts module, It's not changing. That's the information that will be there. And then in the property search, oh, or slow as can be. There we go. In the property search, you can actually search for properties here. I find it much easier for clients to be searching in HomeSnap as opposed to here. It's my personal preference. All right, let's go over to Paragon. So I have two more things I want to show you. One is going to be the agent preview, and then two, I want to show you the sell side. Agent preview. I've got one of my agents here at Sign & Monahan in town. She says, you know, I know exactly what my clients like and don't like. I'd rather send them the listings manually. I'm like, ugh, manually. I'd rather send them the listings that I know they want to see. I'm like, okay, well, here's how you turn that manual process into a semi-automated process. So my Debbie Gmail Fajardo, she is my pain in the butt client, or either, as Lisa Whittlesey would say, this is my client that I know exactly what she wants. I know what she wants. So I'm going to tap into my client and go into my contact information on the left. So she has been set up on agent preview, which means the listings come to me first, and I either approve them or decline them. Either way, because she said she hates when her clients get all this stuff that doesn't really match. I'm like, yeah, I get it, totally get it. So what you need to do when you're setting up your client, they default to new only, and I don't want to do that. So I want to change it to agent preview for this one, and you'll see when you hover over the little question mark, it'll give you a little synopsis of what those different options are. So again, same information here. I've added my client. This is the only change. So when I go back and see her on this page here, reduce that a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. Oh, I guess I can remove Debbie Z. She's down in Florida. There we go. So when I just have Debbie, now you'll see I can reduce my amount of information here by just doing the finding. I can check them off by status because I can inactivate some of my clients as well. I can change them by the types of clients that they are. I love that Stephanie's got a bail, but she's like, thank you. I learn something different every time. And that's fantastic. So now Debbie, the one that I want to see those listings first. Now it does come to me as an email and it says, hey, you got to log in and go select these listings. So I'm going to go in to see all of the ones that need approval by tapping the 8. And here they are. So, oh, pending. I'm going to immediately say disapprove that one and disapprove. But say, oh, that's right. Here's Linda Bailey's listing, that condo that I do like. There's this one still available. Mike Batchelor has one in East China Township that I think my client's going to like. And oh, Dean Sign has this one on Grosse Pointe Farms, 2.4 million. A little out of my client's price range. All right. Ooh, Lakeshore. It was just up there the other day. Okay, we're going to say that these two, I know my client is going to love these ones. And all I need to do is select approve. And then yes, confirm. And there we have it. Now those listings have just been sent to my client. And how do I know? Well, let's go check out my client. Let's go into Debbie Gmail Fajardo. And here is a great little gem. On the left is message history. And at the very top, 11:44 a.m. Oh, that was 12:16. Has it not gone yet? Come on. To 114. Okay, has not gone out just yet. Or no, it hasn't. Sorry, I know. Duh, hello. Of course it would have gone out. Contacts. Sometimes you need to go out and come back in to refresh. And Debbie Gmail Fajardo. Message history. Not there. Okay, I guess we will give it a few minutes to make sure it goes. So here we are. You can see you just need to tap on the activity notification, and then you scroll down and you will see exactly what was sent to your client. Port Huron. All righty. Okay, last piece I want to show you is the seller side of it. So let's see if Miss Audra, and this I did not check to see if Audra has any listings. Now do not worry about me being able to see Audra's information. Only staff at My Real Source can do this, or your secretaries. The secretaries at your office have the ability to assume your identity. And see, and here's a great example of a brokerage that has a private label MLS. They have their own company logo in the upper left-hand corner, and they have their own information here in the middle. So they have their quick links. It's set up the same as us. You know, they have links here, links at the top. Alrighty. And yes, Audra has a listing. Let's hope it's residential, or at least a home. No, it's land. I know Dean's sign just had one. There we go. Let's go check out that $2 million piece of property. So I go into, to find your listings, you go into My Info and then select your listings. Here's that $2.9 million one. So to get my seller onto the Collab Center, I'm going to add my contact. Okay. Save. And associate property. That's what you want to do. And all of my listings will come up, or maybe if I'm working for Dean, then this is what I could do for him. We're gonna get, it was that gross 0.1 for 2.5, and save. Now, we do need to turn on the notifications. Just because you've attached the two together, your contact to the listing, you still have the opportunity to enable the sell side site, so that can be seen on the Collab Center, and then enable a report as well. So I'm gonna send the welcome email for that. I don't want to CC Dean, and let me preview this. So it's Dean, view your site, create a password, and there is the Rose Terrace. Where do comparables come from? So theirs is going to be slightly different. There's active comparables and sold comparables. And then here's his contact information. So I'm going to hit send. So now I have my own site set up, and the email report, let's go ahead and send that too. All right, so let's go check out what our seller side looks like for the Collab Center. So let's go into, there we are. There's my site. So, and you'll see this is seller activity. Now, if I was also one of his buyers, I would see buyer activity here as well. Whew, there's been 144 listing views. And in the last 14 days, I don't know if it's just not showing up yet, showing time activity. So this is why you don't really want to veer off onto another. There's more showing platforms coming out, but you know, they're all so integrated into showing time. There's been a one showing in the last week, 11 feedback, no information there, the views, no recommendations. So if I actually recommended this, well, no, if Dean recommended this to a client, or if I recommended this to one of my clients, it would show up here. Now remember, this only works on the Paragon system, which is okay because you want to see how many people that are using it. Whew, let me bring up that map for you. Over here, 1 second, and I will show you the My Real Source regional database. Here is our regional database. These are, well, in the Upper Peninsula, we are mapping in their data now, so you will not see it as of yet. But here are all the people, all the agents using our Paragon system. So that's called our regional MLS, even though we're all independent. So, but these are all the MLSs and their associations that are using Paragon. So everybody that's using Paragon will be part of those reports that are there. Let me just put this back over to the other side. So anybody who recommends the property, anybody who saves it in a search, any social activity is all covered in all of those agents using Paragon. Reverse prospecting and things like that will work as well. So that is pretty awesome. Actually, I'm gonna remove myself from here. Delete. Yes, there we go. See, and Dean does keep his sorted. So all of his active clients are at the very top. All you need to do is either click on last notified or last accessed. I think last accessed would be the one. I don't think this one's not sortable. You'll see that has an arrow on the right. We go back to my own account. All right. So it looks like we do not have any questions at this time, but let's go in and show you how to edit your search for your client. So let's go into my contact, Betty Buyer, view and manage. So I can just do Betty Buyer, here we are. So I'm going to go into Betty. And this is the buyer activity. Now I could just go over here. That's going to click into the search itself. I don't want that just yet. So I want to go over to my buyer activity and click on that save search here. See, I didn't want to open the search itself from there because I wanted to tell it to open and edit the search right here. So let's go in and edit that search. Maybe she realizes she's got to go up to 380. 10. Might give her a little extra more there and save that search. Save. There we go. And success. So now we can see what those 10 do look like. And there they are. And we had already saved the search a second ago, so we don't have to do that again. So some of the cool things, I know we actually have until 11:30 for this class, but honestly, this class does not take that long. What I do want to show you is a couple things right here. If you are looking for specific information on listings without having to go into each one, look at the value, go out, go at the next one. Next. I've customized my columns over here, like waterfront. I don't think that's part of it. Pool, yes, no. This one is a yes. So I can add different columns in here. And then if I wanted to sort this column, I simply tap. That puts me back to the other side over there. Where'd my pool go? Pool. So now I'm at no's at the top. Yeses will be at the bottom, or yes will be at the bottom. I also added, look, laundry room level. So if I want to make any changes to that, I simply customize, and those are fields. So over on the right-hand side that I have available, maybe if I don't want pool in here anymore, I select it on the right and just tell it to remove it. Waterfront, remove. Let's see, bedroom. I want level. Bedroom 1 level. There we go. I can either click it and put add, or I can just double click and it goes to the very bottom. Like, oh, I don't want it on the bottom. That's stupid. Yes, it is. So I can either click and drag. Maybe bedrooms right there. Bedrooms 1, and then I have to save it. And now you'll see that bedroom level on the first one, on the second floor. It's just a nice way of really glancing at this information here. I've seen some people having to do some deep dive, do some crazy stuff for their clients. Call us, we can be able to figure it out. We're really good at running Paragon and figuring out how to find the things that you want easiest. Actually, I do want to do one more thing for you. Let's go into the Preferences wizard for the Collab Center. So you're going to be clicking into your Preferences icon at the very top. And it's going to be the Collab Center Preferences wizard. We'll do the wizard and then we will be good. And start. My given name is Deborah, which I don't go by, so I changed that. And then Rand is my middle name, so I put it in there because there's no other space for that. Now this is my agent information. Primary number, office. I can actually put a secondary office number in here. That goes through membership, so either A, ask Monica, or B, ask me to do that. Monica is at my real source. Display my email address, my web page, yes, because I did put one in there. Story video, yes. So here are the links that I put in. Facebook link. Now remember when I said that I did my personal website? And that's in my membership, just tell us, we'll get it going for you. All I do is go into the URL at the very top of the page, click into it, copy it, paste, copy it, and then paste it right here. That's all I need to do. So my Facebook is Big Red Homes, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I put my Wines for Humanity. Now my story video, you see, it has to be either on YouTube or Vimeo, one of those other platforms. So I'll show you how to do this. YouTube. We'll go into my channel. Automatic playlist or automatic. Now what I'm going to do is, so when you're navigating our channel, we have playlists, and that's the way to do everything. So we have Lenawee, Bay County, so the associations, real stats, Midland, okay, market stats, quick tips. Where are my agent onboarding? And they change it every time. It resorts, mixing, new agent welcome. Now I'm going to view the full playlist, or either I can play them all. So I'm going to view it. New agent onboarding, here's the one. I need to hit the share button, copy, go back to Paragon, paste, or either right click and paste there. And once you go, next, change it out for you. Welcome to my Collab Center site. If yours is not here, that's where you go into the MLS documents and just type in Collab and you will find this information. Links. Now remember I had there was that Warwater Brewery, DTE staging. So let's go in and add. I'll use that same address here just because I already have one. I'm gonna paste. Now, but the thing is, my link name is called, I don't know what that is. So I'm gonna uncheck the box. And this is Chapter 1, Agent Onboarding. And that way, it gives it a name as well as the link. Now, if you find that you don't want something in here, simply select it on the left and delete is at the top. You can modify, maybe you spelled it like agnet like I do. Just delete and delete. Next. This is for your office information only. So those are the two sides. One's your office information, one is your information. Now, if you don't want to display a secondary number or if they're the same, unselect that box. I do display my address and my logo. License law says that you have to do at least one or the other. I display them all just because. Now, here's the big piece. When you were setting up your agent notifications, here are your agent notification options. What do I want to get notified on? New listings. I don't care about price changes, status, blah, blah, blah. I want to know when my clients are favoriting or possibling listings or if they do comments. Now, my clients, here are their options. Now, this is for everybody. Now, remember, I can change each client individually. But in general, what do I want to do? Yep, they're going to get new listings. Yes, got to let them know when price changes are there. This is the one that I added, was to notify on a status change. Just because the market is moving so quickly, I wanted them to see that it's moving really quickly. Initial photo, no. I'm not going to notify them on open houses. Maybe I'll tell myself on open houses, but that's it. Tours and then comments. So these are the ones that I like. Oh, and I unselected that one. And next. There's another page to go. And generally your search options, now that's when the agent preview, or you set them up on new searches. When they search, remember in their site, we showed you how your clients can search for properties. What can they search on? Well, I've unselected commercial and business opportunities because I just don't work in it. So why busy up their page? And manufactured home parks? I don't work in that neither. And what am I allowing them to search on? I'm not allowing them to search expireds. I'm not allowing them to search on sold properties. So the only thing that's coming up in theirs are active and pending. And I might even let them know, hey, if you're going to search, only the active and pendings will come up, so you're not flooded with all sorts of information that you really don't want to see or that's not relevant to you. And next. All right, valuations. This is one thing I did not show you in my buyers page. They can compare other homes that would be, it gives them the valuations. And if I don't like the easy value, if I don't like Zestimates, or if I don't like the realtor's valuation model that's out of RPR, the realtor's property resource, then I can simply unselect those. But I like them there because clients are going to see them anyway in other places. All right, and next, ta-da, you're good. And that's it, gang. And remember, on our YouTube channel, we have all of those videos that are here, and all by these playlists. So just select the ones that you want. If you need information on CMAs, mixing it up, they are all right here for you. Thank you very, very much for attending, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You know how to find me. I'm in your inbox a lot. All the classes that we email, we do send them out to you. So whatever you need, you've got my information here. Email me, call me. I will, and if I can't take your call, I will get back to you, because sometimes I am teaching or other things like that. Well, thank you everybody for attending. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And when you do, I will mail out some swag to you if you let me know. All right. Bye, everybody. Take care.